Welcome to UNAM Chicago's CAFÉ EXPRESSO, a space for bilateral conversations with people from all walks of life. Tune in to Spanish Public Radio and follow us on social media. And now your host, Alberto Foncerrada.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Café Expresso. My name is Alberto Foncerrada, and this is a program of UNAM Chicago in alliance with Spanish Public Radio. Today is a very special day. I'm having coffee with Julie Pacheco. She's the founder and executive director at Project Destiny of I Am, and the author of the book by the same name, The Destiny of I Am, published in 2018. We're going to talk about the book a little bit later, but welcome, Julie. How are you?
Thank you. I'm great. I'm so excited to be here with you.
That's awesome. Julie, I wanted to start our conversation by asking you, how do you tap into people's talents so they can bring the best art and they unlock their individual potential?
That's a great question. And I think that the talent is already there. I give them an opportunity to showcase their talent. I really believe that everybody comes to the table with inherent gifts, and some people have been more encouraged or are more courageous to use them. And so we really want to provide a space for people to have a safe space to express themselves, because self-expression is basically art in different mediums, whether it be painting, dancing, singing, poetry, rap, etc.
I'm truly fascinated with the goal that you have set yourself and the organization to work with at-risk and underserved young artists in Chicago. And I understand you guys are expanding internationally in different areas. So you're not just confined to Chicago, but there's no borders here.
There are no borders. There are no borders anywhere, but there's certainly borders here at Project Destiny of I Am. And one of the focuses that I had initially, and the people that are our team at Project Destiny of I Am, is to really embrace diversity, and to embrace diversity on all levels, and also to embrace the amazing cultural richness that this earth provides to us. People from all over the world have just incredible talents and incredible histories and ancestry to bring to the table. And I think that it creates a very full, rounded, soulful, impactful experience where, whether you're participating or in terms of your art, or you're watching these incredible artists express themselves and bring their talents out and showcase them, the experience is really, I'd say, somewhat life-changing in recognizing how important it is to have these voices that possibly or normally don't always get recognized and highlighted really be the central focus, and how much we can learn and how much we can grow from that experience.
That's fascinating. Obviously, we're going to put you're going to see, our audience can see the website address, so they can take a journey through everything that you do. Tell us a little bit more about Equal Voices in Separate Spaces. How did that idea come about?
So that's a great question. Initially, before the pandemic happened, we had envisioned getting a space and having artists come in from the Chicago area. And then, of course, come March, that whole idea was not going to work. And so this really gave us an opportunity, and I'd say a really gift in terms of a challenge, to reach outside, not just within the Chicago area, but I was able to connect with artists, and we were able to reach out to artists in Australia, in Morocco, in Iran, in the UK, artists from the Seattle area, Texas, Canada. I mean, it's just been incredible who we've been able to reach. And without the pandemic, quite honestly, that wouldn't have happened. And we needed to create a virtual setting. So we changed and decided that we would go with a virtual art experience in which we basically curated artists with different art forms, including healing arts, because that's one of the things that we focus on as well. In the arts, there is also the practice of the healing arts. So we had a sound bowl healer, we've had a Reiki practitioner, people who are bringing their healing art to the table, because art is the creation and is creation. So we tend to look at it from the perspective of a very holistic idea, from diversity to the many different art forms, and how all of that put together is a healing balm in terms of our ability to connect with each other and to connect with ourselves.
Oh, that's wonderful. For those of you who just logged in, I'm having a conversation with Julie Pacheco, very talented artist. She's a giver. She's the founder and executive director at Project Destiny of I Am, and the author of the book by the same name, The Destiny of I Am, which was published in 2018. This is very exciting, Julie. When we're going to talk about the book in just a minute, but when did you become in love with the artist expressions and all these things that you possess? Like, I know that you're drawn into all these artistic expressions. When was it? When you were growing up, or was there something in the family? Is there an artist vein in your family? Some blood?
Oh, there's a lot of blood of arts in my family. No, actually, that's a great question. I am really blessed. I grew up in my household. My mother loved music and dragged me to every festival there was. My father was from Puerto Rico, and so there was a lot of cultural additions in terms of music. I learned so much about music and the appreciation of different types of art, going to art fairs as a child. I mean, I was really immersed in that world. And so I think that gave me an opportunity to really bring that kind of childhood wonderment into my adult life, and recognizing how much as a child it brought me so much joy and curiosity, and just really was a transcending experience in my childhood, and one that I really appreciate, that I got the chance to see so much art at such an early age, and to recognize and really believe that that's just part of life, that's what we should have in our life, is art, more art. My mother is a singer, my father was a writer. I have, other family members that are painters and artistically inclined. So it does flow within my DNA, and it also is something that is, very easy for me to tap into. And that's why it's important for me to showcase other people's art, because one of the things that I recognize is people don't always have the opportunity to be able to, they have this talent, but don't necessarily have a platform to show it on. And we really, really want to bring other people to the limelight. And, if we can lift them up, that's our aim, to do that, because it's important to help other people shine.
Absolutely. And I truly commend you for the work you're doing. I'm sure we will be working in the future in different endeavors, because obviously at UNAM, we have this auditorium. And once we go back to in-presence events, we're going to do exhibits. And I'm sure I'm going to be knocking on your door to see what we can get you. Well, we can get you there to do some exhibits and some of the talent that you encounter.
My door is open. You don't even have to knock. You just come right in.
Excellent. All right, we'll do that. Okay, now let's talk about the book. I'm interested. Let me share with our audience a little bit of the clip. You guys have to watch this.
Once upon a time, in the land of Frementia, the evil sorcerer Drexar charmed his way to power. Undeceived by his dark magic, Princess Lily fled for her life, setting in motion a series of events that would change her life forever. Difficult choices lie ahead. Will she be empowered with the ability to save her kingdom, If she fails, King Drexar's evil powers will continue to grow stronger and threaten to enslave the entire world. In order to break the cursed spell, Princess Lily and her faithful companion Joshua must overcome the fear within their own minds and master their own hearts if they hope to free the kingdom from King Drexar's reign of terror. Unseen danger and peril follow their every step. Every decision Princess Lily makes will affect the fate of the entire world. The only way she can succeed is through realizing her true nature and seizing the destiny of I Am.
So that's a beautiful piece of work there. And first, let me ask you, are you Princess Lily?
Yes, that
Okay.
is me. That is correct. Good guess.
That is fascinating. That is fascinating. So this is this is your journey, your fairy tale, and it's a beautiful version of your life story. So, how did this? How did you get inspired to do this? Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, that's it's kind of a funny story, but aren't they all funny stories? I happened to be having dinner at a friend of mine at her house, and she had a book on her table, 7 weeks to finding your soulmate, calling in the one. And I said, okay, I'm ready to find my soulmate. So I thought, here's my book and I'm gonna go. And the funny thing is that what ended up happening, I did not find my soulmate reading the book, but what I did find is myself. And in that, one of the most beautiful opportunities I had is there was an exercise in which the author had asked, those who were going through the book to write a fairy tale version of their life story. And I started to write, and it turned into a book. And what I realized is that there was a voice inside of me, not only one, and I never thought I could write. First of all, I thought, oh, there's no way I could ever possibly write, but it really gave me the freedom to use my imagination, and I love magic and magical lore. So it allowed me to have the freedom to tell my story, my life story, in a way that offered a lot of my own personal experiences and lessons, and there's a little spiritual touch to it, and have some fun with it. And so that was my experience with, looking for something, right? Sometimes that happens. We think we're going to find something and it's completely something else. And I think the journey to find and loving ourselves and to honoring ourselves and recognizing that is really where it begins. And then from there, all things, lead to home. So that's the story behind how the destiny of I Am came to be, is I was just looking for love.
That's awesome. That's beautiful. And we're going to put the link here so people can go and get this book. So finally, what's in store for the future? What are you thinking? What's the next thing you're working on? What are the plans?
I have a lot I'm working on. Currently, I am participating as one of the panelists in the 11-day summit for Summer Sizzle, and it's really about getting connected with intentions and recalibrating physically, mentally, and emotionally where we're at, and living from a very authentic place and honoring our own authenticity. I have another project that I'm working on that is top secret right now, but as soon as I'm able to share it with the world, you'll be one of the first to know. And the last thing that we have another Equal Voices in Separate Spaces event happening in the fall. The date is going to be decided soon, and that event is going to be more of a connection to our ancestral histories, and so it's the voices of our ancestors. And so we have a lot happening in these next couple of months, and we'll hope that everybody will be willing to join us and just be a part of this amazing experience.
Absolutely. Well, best of luck. I'm sure you don't need it because you've got talent all around. And thank you so much for agreeing to do this interview. I truly appreciate it, and I am sure we'll be talking again, and we'll probably be working together on different projects at one point. So the doors of UNAM are always open. So I'm sure we'll keep the conversation going.
I love it. I love it. And thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure and it's a great day here in Chicago. And this was the sunshine that I needed. So thank you for bringing it.
Thank you so much. This was my conversation with Julie Pacheco, founder and executive director at Project Destiny of I am your host, Alberto Foncerrada, and this was another edition of Café Expresso, a program of UNAM Chicago in alliance with Spanish Public Radio. I will see you until next time. Thank you.